Hey everybody, back for another review for In Stars in Time. It is finally out and I'm glad I got a chance to play this game. If you watched my video on indie games I was excited about this month, you'll know that I was ready to play the full release after playing the demo for a while, and I'm happy to say I was pleased with how this one turned out. Thank you so much for the devs for providing me with a review key for this one. Even though this does follow the classic RPG format, In Stars in Time stands out from most with some unique twists. What are they exactly? Well, let's get into it. Developed by Insert Disc 5 and published by Armor Game Studios, In Stars in Time tells the story of Siffrin and their adventurer friends, a found family bound together by fate in order to end the tyrannical reign of an evil king. But as victory is just within the party's grasp, a tragedy occurs. The clock resets, and they have to do it all over again. As Siffrin's the only one who notices this loop, each new start wears away at his cheerful veneer, yet he keeps going on in hopes he can end his temporal tragedy once and for all. With each loop, Siffrin gains a new perspective on the world around them, opening up new solutions to puzzles and allowing them to make better choices in conversation. Equip memories as armor, pray to the change god to improve your team's capabilities each loop, and challenge deadly foes to rock, paper, scissors as Siffrin seeks the truth. Yes, that is right. You are combating foes in this time-looping adventure RPG with the power of rock, paper, and scissors, and it plays out exactly like it would with your characters having a specific type with all of their strengths and weaknesses. There are also special abilities called crafts that are more powerful spells, as well as healing, buffs, and debuffs. Your main character Siffrin, ever the pun master, is heavy on the scissors and can make everyone faster. Mirabelle, the house maiden, blessed by the change god, is a scissors paper type that serves as the main healer. Isabeau, the defender, is rock solid with his attacks and his emotional sensitivity to his friends. Odile, the very blunt and capable researcher, is a paper type with the ability to craft the other types with her vast knowledge. And then there is Bonnie, snack leader and hilarious kid that tags along with the party. Bonnie is not an active party member you control, but Bonnie will randomly jump in with abilities such as healing, buffing, attacking, and even landing the final hit on enemies. It would be easy to keep combat there, but a fun mechanic thrown in is that when you land an attack, the symbol of that attack will show up in the right side of the screen. If you get 5 of the same attack type, all characters will do a jackpot attack that does massive damage of that specific type. It also heals your party and revives anyone KO'd. It is well worth your time to strategize around this concept. As mentioned in the description, there is time looping. You can die in battle, touch a tier that will freeze you in time, slip on a banana peel, yes that is a real thing, or just get stuck in a section of the game which will force you to loop back in order to figure out puzzles, grow stronger, or learn more about the world. You don't always have to start back at the beginning though. As you ascend the 3 floors of the House of Change, you can choose to start at each one of these floors, but at a cost. What is also nice is that you can loop back to these floors with all the doors unlocked after getting the keys, but sometimes you will need to loop back to the beginning and talk to someone in the village to gain insight or gain an item or an ability, or just to talk to your party. However, this does mean that conversations will play out each time, but luckily you have the option to fast forward by having Sif zone out. It's actually a great mechanic that ties into Sif's character, as he is known to space out a little bit, so it's a really fun idea there. And that is what I loved about these characters. You can tell that there was a lot of thought into writing each character's backstory and dialogue. Each one of these saviors feels like a real person. I legit know someone that tries to inject a pun into every conversation, and that is exactly what Sif does while everyone groans. There was so much charm in that. There are quirky bits of humor mixed in with some genuine heartfelt moments that truly cemented this group as a family. When you introduce time travel into a game, things can get a bit wonky, but this game does it well by sticking to its idea of looping in order to figure out what's going on. Sometimes dying and looping back is a good idea if you miss something, and since areas are relatively small, the backtracking doesn't feel as much. The combat kept me engaged and made me figure out strategies so that my party could deal the best damage or stay alive throughout. There are items you can use and equipment that you gain for your party. There are memories to collect that range from increasing stats on a single character, buffing the party at the start of a battle, or having a character remember a skill from when they leveled up, because everyone except Sif will not retain levels after a new loop. There is a lot more thinking than I initially thought. though I do think there were some quality of life changes that could be improved. I wish it was easier for me to see who had what item equipped from the main menu without having to cycle through each character to see what they have. It was also a little hard to compare stats of certain items to see what numbers were going up and down. A few tweaks to the equipment management would go a long way. The performance did have some dips at times on the Switch. It would usually happen when you run into an enemy and the screen would break going into the fight. There would be a dramatic frame dip during these animations, and there were also some frame dips in combat that made it feel slow at times. Minor nitpicks for sure, but I don't think the PC version of this game had those issues. But overall, I think In Stars in Time is an excellent game with great characters and writing, with a time looping plot that gets more interesting every time you die. There are some neat twists and the themes are heavy, so be prepared for that. This game definitely deserves your attention, and in my opinion will leave you better for it. It's definitely a hidden gem for me. But what did you think of In Stars in Time? Did the art throw you off, the time looping, the characters, or are you salty that you've never won a game of rock, paper, scissors? You'll win in this game for sure. In any case, let me know in the comments and I would love to see what you thought. And while you're down there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more indie game reviews, LPs, commentary, and more. Thanks again for watching. My name is Chike, and I will see you next time. Bye.